somebody shot him, and he was trying to steal something, and somebody shot him in the heel with a nail gun. It's all right. I'm fine.
The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Spanning the globe. In pain, but it's okay. I'll soldier on. A conglomeration of stories. Oh, that hurts. Oh, but it's okay. I'll make it. It's fine. Slapped together with theme music to bring you typical Christian radio. Oh, ow. This is Wretched Radio. Let me begin by thanking Jimmy for the bouquet of flowers. Very kind of you whilst I was recuperating from oral surgery.
You're welcome.
They shoved a tube down my nose. Well, I guess it'd be up my nose first, then down the back of my throat. Hey, that was fun.
Wow.
Got a big old molar pulled out of my head. And they gave me drugs, which thankfully I did not need. That oxy stuff, it terrifies me. If I hear one more story of somebody getting hooked on that stuff, it is you want to talk about a pandemic. Well, the oxy addiction for people who are prescribed these medicines, which grab them and don't let them go, I didn't want it. So I didn't. That means my dreams were just sort of bizarre as opposed to incredibly bizarre. But it's okay. I'm fine. I'll be able to work through this.
You know, I was worried about you a lot.
Huh? What? I'm sorry.
I was so worried.
Sorry, I'm just earning crowns here. Let's span the globe.
Literally.
Shall we? Let's go to an archaeological dig. This is encouraging, of course, but it's unnecessary. Every time we discover something that affirms the Bible, it's good. We put it into our apologetics kit, but I don't rely on it. I rely on the Bible. I don't need archaeology to prove the Bible. The Bible proves itself, and it has over and over again. I can't tell you how many times over the years we've read stories about the archaeologists debunking King David didn't even exist. Oh, well, then we find something with King David on it in Jerusalem. Oh, I guess he did actually exist. Even so, a dead guy was unearthed. Project was located in Jerusalem, I believe. No, it was in Europe. I'm sorry. New discovery, a dead guy who had a nail through his heel, which indicates he was crucified. It doesn't prove it, but I can't think of any other instances where you wouldn't have a nail going through your heel because you slipped. You worked in a nail factory. No, the guy had a nail gun and somebody shot him, and he was trying to steal something, and somebody shot him in the heel with a nail gun in the 1st century. So they believe that this is an example of Roman cruelty, crucifixion, because we don't have a ton of archaeological evidence to support the Roman crucifixion that killed our Savior. Quite honestly, I don't need any. Bible says it. And furthermore, why wasn't it debunked? If Roman crucifixion wasn't happening, wouldn't people in the 1st century, when the Bible was written, wouldn't they have said, hey, what are you talking? We've never heard of such a thing. There's no Golgotha. People don't get hung up like that. We don't need these archaeological digs. We have the Bible, which attests to the fact that Jesus was executed in the worst fashion imaginable. Roman settlement in Fenstanton, 1900 years old, give or take, suggesting the man was crucified. The best evidence of crucifixion by the Romans to date, said the article in the Jerusalem Post. No, it's not the best evidence to date. The Bible is the best evidence to date. The reason that they have very few of these instances of nails going through wrists or through heels is because the victims wouldn't have received a proper burial. We just aren't unearthing those bones. They were probably just ditched someplace, left out for the crows. So there weren't a lot of proper burials for people who were crucified. Furthermore, they could be held up by ropes, which, is that less? It seems to me that would actually prolong it even more, making it more cruel. So we don't have, of course, the ropes 2,000 years later, but we don't need them. We have the Bible. It is self-attesting. I was reading, I think it wasn't Bart Ehrman. Bart Ehrman, the atheist who studied theology, I think he has his doctorate perhaps in theology. I think he went through a couple of the mainstream evangelical schools. And now he wars against the very one that he studied in Hebrew and Greek. Even he admits Jesus existed. There's just no argument. There's no question. And these people that make accusations that he didn't, they're not even scholars in the first place. He gets it. But I was reading somebody else talking about the attestation of the New Testament via outside sources. And there were at least 4 Roman authentications of the life, death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. But we don't need them. We don't need it. We got the Bible. The Bible's the best book for it because it continues to prove itself. No book has had more shots fired at it than the Bible, and yet it continues to withstand the assaults because the Bible is self-attesting. If you are a fan of the show, you can watch the entire daily broadcast of Wretched Radio at wretched.org.
Detective Friel, can you tell us what's happening here?
Yeah, what's happening here is a clear demonstration of the noetic effect of the fall. Genesis 2, Paul elaborates in Romans chapter 3. Jeremiah tells us that everybody's heart is deceitful and wicked. What's going on here? Sin.
Are you confident that these thieves will be brought to justice?
4 words: great white throne judgment.